Welcome to Nimasa this week. This is the very last edition of the program for 2023. Did you know that 2024 is going to be a leap year? Well, let's talk about 2023 as it rolls to an end. My name is Eugenia Abu, your regular host. Thank you for joining us. We must, as a matter of course, bring you DG's diary, maritime facts, and all our other usuals. Stay with us.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamo, OFR, is wishing all Nimasa stakeholders, Nigerians, and the global maritime community a prosperous year 2024. In his words, 2023 has been a year of new beginnings in the Nigerian maritime industry with the creation of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry. I believe that this ministry will help Nigeria navigate successfully to achieve her maritime goals for economic prosperity. I hope collectively we can steer our maritime sector to greater heights in 2024. I wish you peace, love, and joy as you celebrate this Yuletide season and all through year 2024. It's the last episode of the DG's Diary for year 2023. To end the year, we shall serve you tidbits from the diary of Dr. Bashir Jamo, the DG CEO Nimasa, in the past 12 months. During the week, the Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamo OFR, joined other dignitaries to receive MV Great Lagos, the largest container roll-on roll-off ship to visit Nigeria and the West African sub-region.
For me, I consider the arrival of this vessel as a gift, as a birthday gift of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, because this is the starting point of the practical illustration of the takeoff of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry.
The United States Coast Guard says it's committed to Nigeria's quest to implementing the international ships and port security.
The conditions of entry, I understand, are concerning. I agree. So it is my goal to work with you to move in the direction of getting off of that list.
I want to assure you on our part, we are doing our best and we will continue to do our best.
In a bid to strengthen the collaboration between Nimasa and the Nigerian Navy, the newly appointed Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Mohammed Abdullahi, paid a courtesy visit to Dr. Bashir Jamo at the agency's headquarters in Apapa, Lagos. The management of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, has handed over the lease site at the Continental Shipyard Limited of the Nigerian Ports Authority to the technical partners Melsmore. The technical partners are to liaise with the management of NPA in finalizing site management.
Dr. Bashir Jamo, OFR, who was honored with the Distinguished Trailblazers Award for exemplary leadership.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamo, said that the country was ripe for blue economy.
On the assumption of duty in March 2020, I and management, we sat down, we looked at what are the basic things we tend to achieve. Just like any government will produce their own agenda. We created this particular triple S: maritime safety, maritime security, and shipping development. So in terms of maritime safety, that is one of the key cardinal principles for the establishment of the agency.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, and the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, MAWUN, have reached agreements on how to bring to conclusion the lingering issue of terminal benefits of seafarers whose appointments were terminated due to the liquidation of the Nigerian National Shipping Line, NNSL.
The payment of this entitlement is not for Nimasa alone. It is between Nimasa and the MPA as directed by the former president, that we should go and settle it. As far as I'm concerned, whatever we are going to do, this is the right time for us to do.
My name is Chief Dr. George Moralo.
Senator Binta Masi Garba.
This is Rollins McFoy, the President of Women in Maritime Nigeria.
You are watching Nimasa This Week.
You are watching Nimasa This Week.
Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime.
The voice of maritime.
The voice of the maritime industry.
The voice of the maritime.
Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations. It was an emotional farewell as the maritime players and stakeholders joined family and friends to pay final tributes to the former chairman of Nigerian Fishing Trawlers Owners Association and leading shipping industry icon, Barrister Margaret Nkem Oyema Orakwesi.
Today is Margaret. Tomorrow can be any one of us. Death is the ultimate price we will all have to pay. We pray for herself to rest in perfect peace.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has signed a training agreement with the NLNG Ship Management Limited, NSML, to facilitate Certificate of Competency examinations for beneficiaries of the Nigerian Seafarers Development Program, the NSDP. The NSDP is a sponsored intervention program being implemented by NIMASA to grow capacity of young Nigerians to be certified as seafarers with global recognition and acceptance, thus bridging the gap in the dearth of seafarers globally. The COC examination is the final stage of the NSDP training, culminating in the acquisition of the COC license, which potentially opens the doors of global employment opportunities for the cadets. Speaking at an induction ceremony by NSML for 50 of NIMASA's Romanian-trained NSDP beneficiaries, the NIMASA Director General, Dr. Bashir Jamo, OFR, highlighted the success of the collaboration between both parties in fostering the development of Nigerian seafarers. The NIMASA DG, who was represented by the agency's Director of Special Duties, Isiche Osangbi, noted that NIMASA sincerely appreciates NSML for taking the lead in partnering with the agency to support the development of seafarers and in the promotion of our local content on board their vessels.
I wish to recognize the commitment of both NIMASA and NSML to seeing the signing of the training agreement. The signing of the training agreement between the two parties, which culminated in the commencement of the COC for the first batch of the Romanian trade cadets, will go a long way into ensuring that all the backlogs of Romanian cadets awaiting COC are cleared. The program is designed to train Nigerian youths in different fields in the maritime industry, namely marine engineering, nautical sciences, and naval architecture.
The Managing Director CEO of NSML, Abdul Kadri Ahmed, said the organization is sponsoring 50 of the cadets to the South Shield Marine School in the UK for a 12-month program to get their COC required to trade on vessels globally. He said this is aimed at addressing the dearth of Nigerian seafarers on ocean-going vessels and the need to meet indigenous manning requirements in the coastal and inland shipping. the cabotage.
This ceremony is actually the formal induction program on the Nimasa Romanian Cadets Training and Capacity Development Program organized by Nimasa but anchored by NSL. Essentially what it is it's a program where certain cadets that have been trained at the Romanian Shipping Academy provided training both ashore and on our vessels, and then trained offshore at the South Shield Maritime Academy in the UK so that they can get their certificate of competencies. So that's really what it is, and this is the first set of cadets. These are 50 engineering cadets, which are the first sets. The training program will last 12 months, and at the end of that program, they will come out with their certificate of competencies.
The head of the Maritime Labour Services Department at Nimasa, Mrs. Yetunde Collins, and her predecessor, Aliyu Lawan, were on hand to advise the beneficiaries on the need to be good ambassadors of the country.
This particular program, young ladies and men, is in your hands. So we implore you to please ensure you do your best so that the program can continue. So please take it as what the nation has given you, that you must treasure for life. So I introduce them to you, and I know that with them in your hands, they will do real well.
The most important thing, 80% of success in seafaring is character. 20% is knowledge. You have to be serious, you have to take your studies, you are not going to look for what to eat or where to sleep. All this is being provided, and then you get a lot of attention from the school that will give you all that you needed to succeed. On this note, I want to congratulate you, and I want to ask you to please be our good ambassadors.
I am so happy with what Nigerian LNG shipping and marine services is doing. This NSTB project or program is something the master started more than 10 years ago, and successive management in the master have actually keyed into it to ensure that we don't have so much gap in the supply of human capacity in the maritime sector.
Search and rescue operations in the maritime sector in Nigeria got a major boost with the newly introduced interagency collaboration involving the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, the Nigerian Navy, and the Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA. This joint operation is aimed at ensuring quick and effective response to emergency situations in the aquatic state of Lagos. The Director Deep Blue, Otonye Obom, on behalf of the DG, assured of NIMASA's commitment to the joint search and rescue operations.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency is charged with the statutory responsibility for search and rescue within Nigeria's territorial waters in line with the International Convention on Maritime Search and Rescue 1979. NIMASA is delighted to cooperate and collaborate with institutional stakeholders with corresponding responsibilities in addressing emergencies within our maritime domain as they may occur. And we believe that more can be achieved together with effective collaboration.
Speaking at the event, the Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Mustafa Bala Hassan, emphasized the need for collaboration in promoting the focus of Nigeria's blue economy, noting that this initiative aims to shift the transportation focus of Lagosians from roads to water, thus reducing congestion on roads.
With the advent of the blue economy and the push for its development, we came up with the idea of taking Lagosians off the road and to be more water friendly. That is to get rid of the sea blindness of Nigerians. So this is actually the brainchild of the collaborative effort between the Nigerian Navy and Nimasa, and we brought in all other stakeholders towards making the waterways safer for transporters. So we plan to have deployments at critical spots in the inland waters of Lagos, which will reduce the transit time to accident spots.
The Lagos State Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Frederico Oladende, who represented the governor, expressed support for the initiative, pledging assistance in deploying resources at critical spots along Lagos waterways.
Collaboration is not just an option, but a necessity in search and rescue. The joint simulation allows us to simulate scenarios that mirror the reality of cross-border emergencies, requiring us to navigate language barriers, cultural differences, and logistical challenges. This exercise is a testament to our commitment to preparedness, response, and recovery. By bringing together diverse expertise, resources, and perspectives, we strengthen our capabilities and create a formidable force capable of tackling the most complex and demanding scenarios we will face.
Also speaking at the simulation exercise, the Managing Director, Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, Mr. Damilola Emmanuel, stated that the simulation exercise was to reassure the public of the state government's commitment to enhance the waterway security in Lagos State, promote confidence in the use of waterways transportation, and grow the economy of the state.
Search and rescue simulations serve as invaluable tools in preparing our emergency responders for the unpredictable challenges they may face in the field. These exercises provide a controlled environment where teams can hone their skills, test their strategies, utilize their existing assets, and refine their coordination, ultimately ensuring a more proficient and coordinated response when real crisis does unfold.
The Lagos Inland Waterways is steadily growing with multiple stakeholders. LASWA, as an agency of the Lagos State Ministry of Transport, is saddled with the development of inland waterways transportation. In order to achieve zero reported cases of accidents and improve response on the inland waterways, a collaborative effort is key and as such will be more effective. Today, you'll be witnessing a live simulation.
The agencies in the maritime transportation industry involved in the exercise are Nimasa, the Nigerian Navy, Lagos State Waterways Authority, the Lagos State Emergency Management Authority, Lagos State Ambulance Service, and Lagos State Fire Service, amongst others, to showcase a coordinated effort to enhance safety and response capabilities on Lagos waterways.
Today, you'll be witnessing a live simulation with two main scenarios.
There's been a condition and men are falling overboard.
The high point was when one of the assets of Nimasa, under the Deep Blue project, the special mission helicopter, operated by the Nigerian Navy, offered services in the simulation exercise.
Year 2023 has been a very eventful year for Nimasa. This is especially because President Bola Tinubu created the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. This and other exciting things have been happening at Nimasa. Take a look at some of our groundbreaking activities in 2023.
The award for the Best Federal Ministry, Department and Agency in Digital Transformation from the Presidency through the Bureau of Public Service Reforms has been conferred on the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. And Safety Agency, Nimasa, adopted human capacity development through skills acquisition as a technique to tackle maritime criminalities. The agency under the current administration had the foresight to establish skill acquisition centers across all geopolitical zones of the country. During a recent inspection of the Nimasa Skills Acquisition Center in Lagos, Nimasa Director General Dr. Bashir Jamu, OFR, explained that the main aim of the project is to equip young Nigerians with requisite skills for self-dependence. Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, in collaboration with the Kingdom of Denmark, on Monday embarked on a 5-day training program for maritime journalists on adequate reportage of activities in the Gulf of Guinea. The training program, which is resident, is facilitated by the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, KAIPTC, with the theme, Gulf of Guinea Maritime Security Reporting. It was a welcome development when the Danish ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Sune Krogstrup, visited the port city of Lagos with the sole aim of appreciating the workings of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. This, he said, is in a quest to foster the Nigerian-Denmark relationship in the maritime sector.
Any vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificates, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificates, service certificates, cargo ship certificates, and waiver certificates or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year in advance.
My message to my staff, first of all, is appreciation and wish you Merry Christmas and New Year in advance. Thank you.
What are you anchored on this week? I'm anchored on hope for a great year ahead. Here's wishing you a spectacular 2024 from all of us at Nimasa this week. My name is Eugenia Abu. It's always a pleasure to have you join us.